Now, the Big Brother reality show has evicted 2 extra housemates, bringing the total number to 4. Not forgetting Beauty, of course, who was disqualified. Such a shame, such a shame. But that means 5 housemates have left the competition now. We spoke to the initial 2 who were evicted from the house just last week, Christy O. We had her on the show, Saif as well. Well, joining me today are the evicted Big Brother Season 7 housemates, KHALID and ILEBAYE. You're welcome to Rise 360. Welcome. I'm glad to have you both on the show. So real quick, let's begin with your time in the house. I'm going to begin with you, ILEBAYE. What was that like for you? Hi.
I had so much fun in the house. I really loved my stay in the house. Everything was adventurous, exploring, and fantastic. So it was really good staying in the house.
Lovely. KHALID, what about you? What was your experience like in the Big Brother Naija house?
It was amazing. It was kind of, time lapsed, but everything was, it was a learning experience, and I appreciate it.
ILEBAYE, let me talk to you now. When your name was announced that you had been evicted, there were so many emotions running high in the house that evening. Once Ebuka just said, ILEBAYE, you have been evicted from the Big Brother Naija Season 7 house. I couldn't quite tell what you were thinking from your facial expression. Do you want to walk us through that moment and what it felt like for you leaving the house, seeing some of your friends crying at that very moment as well?
I felt shocked. I was shocked and sad seeing some of my friends crying. And I kind of expected that I was going to go because I had a dream that I saw myself at home. So before I was 100% sure that I was 95, that I wasn't going to leave that Sunday. But like the dream made me feel like, okay, I'm going to leave. So when I even heard my name, I was shocked, but wasn't even shocked. But I was like, oh, maybe it was like, it's going to be the opposite. It's like, I won't go anywhere. But at the same time, you never can tell. Dreams can be dreams. But seeing my friends, leaving my friends or people I care about was really heartbreaking. And yeah, I was sad, but it's all calm now. It's good now.
Sorry about that. I can only imagine. KHALID, what about you? I felt like you just walked straight to the door. What was that about? Like, were you hurt? Were you sad? You just, okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye. You just did. What was that about?
It was, at that moment, like, it felt like an entire year. It didn't feel that fast to me. It was more of a coping mechanism, for me. It was like, okay, you've done what you could. It hurt, but on to the next thing. Plus, I didn't want to dwell too much. So, I think I didn't hug everyone at that point in time. And, in hindsight, it actually made me feel bad because I wanted to spend every moment with everyone, as best as I could. So, yeah.
But was there anyone in particular that you felt like you didn't get to spend enough time with in the house? I
would say Kes. Yeah, so Kes, I really respected him, but I always watched him from afar. We had a few conversations, and they were always very meaningful.
Okay.
Because he's a real guy, he's a friend when you need him to be.
Oh, that's sweet. ILEBAYE, I'm going to come back to you now. So let's talk like girl chat. KHALID, close your ears, please. Okay, this is girl talk right now. Okay. So ILEBAYE, I really need to understand this. Maybe since you're out of the house, maybe you can break this down for me. You can break down this. I think this is a hexagon at this point in time. It's no longer a triangle. So there's Groovy, and then there was Beauty, and then Beauty was disqualified, and then all of a sudden there was Fina, but then there's also Chumsy. And then there's Chichi as well. And then I'm not really sure where you were at, because at some point you were in that mix, but I'm not sure. You didn't come off as love for me. It came off as more, maybe you can make it make sense to me. Can you do that?
And Groovy?
No, not just you and Groovy, but you and Groovy, and other people, because you guys seemed pretty close in the house, weren't you?
Yeah, and Groovy, that we're friends. That I can say, no feelings, no nothing, just mutual friends, genuine friends. Yeah. But I don't know about Chi. I'm just finding out that Chi is among them. But like, I don't know about Chi. But I know Groovy, I don't know if he likes Fina now or Chamzi. But like, I know he told me he liked Chamzi. Then later he told me he liked Fina. So right now, I don't really know who he really likes. But he's sometimes, like when he was together with Beauty, I know he cared about her. But I don't know if the feelings were really genuine. But from now, I don't really know who he really likes. It might be Chamzi. Who knows? So, but.
Okay, but Ilebaye, I want us to get real. I was very seeing as that fight that happened that day between Beauty and Groovy. You were in the house where that happened. You could feel the energy. And this was as a result of his closeness to another housemate that Beauty was not okay with. And things escalated beyond that. But before that fight happened, there was an issue with you that led to a strike, wasn't there?
Yeah.
You say you guys are on good terms now, like you guys are cool, you guys are great, you guys have hugged, kissed out, you know, you're excited to like hang out again outside the house.
Did you say we are? Sorry, I didn't.
No, I'm asking, are you and Beauty cool? Like, are you guys on great terms?
No, we haven't even seen or even spoken. I haven't even seen her, so I hope she's cool and she's fine, hopefully, but I haven't seen her. But if I see her, I'm going to give her a great hug.
Sweet. All right, that's good. Let's move on now, Khalid. So what would you say kept you sane in the house? Some housemates rather. Some fans of the show might say that Khalid was a bit quiet, you know, not as loud, not as outspoken as other people. So tell me about your time in the house. What was your strategy? Because everyone seems to have one at this point in time.
At this point in time, I really didn't have a strategy. I mean, I think that's really hard for people to believe because I actually went in really confused. You know, I just had to compose myself because I never done something like that. And the intensity of this season, you know, was mad. So what kept me sane was actually the people. You know, at first I got close to, I think Beauty first of all, then Saif. You know, then Saif and I had a lot to talk about, you know, so yeah, that really kept me sane for a while. Then there was Brian, really small guy. Then Daniela, definitely, which was very unexpected. Then this person sitting next to me right here, Ilebaye was crazy, you know. I think it took us time to actually be friends. You know, I think it was because of my stepmom's heritage, the Igala tribe, you know, really amazing people. So, so we clicked on that. Then, you know, from there became a friendship. So yeah, they actually kept me. Plus the tasks, yeah, the tasks were really cool.
So looking back at the Big Brother house, what would you miss the most about it?
Yo, that's a long list. I mean, Daniela, the tasks definitely. My friends, you know, Brian, Kes, Fina. You know, I really hope she's happy. I really hope she's happy. You know, she just gives me joy.
She's vibing. She's
Amaka. Cool. Yeah, that's the Fina.
She's vibing. What?
At one point in time, you know, she was down. Yeah, you know, she was down at one point, and really, it wasn't good for the house. I could feel the energy. Farm savvy, crazy guy. Yeah, definitely. Everyone. I really miss everyone. There were so many moments. You know, like I said, it's going to be a long list.
But I just want to piggyback on something you just said. I mean, I asked you what you will miss most about the house, and I was going to ask you who, but you already dropped the bomb. You just said Daniela's name. But Khalid, I do want to ask though, how does it feel knowing that, I mean, let's look at because Groovy really taught me a lot about Big Brother house. That listen, you can't kill yourself over love. Because if Beauty, I bet Beauty, if she knew that it wasn't that deep, she probably will not have gotten that upset to the point where she got disqualified on the show for, you know, certain reactions that came out. And then just after she comes out, Fina is saying, no, he's telling Fina, calm down. Fina is saying, no, why? I'm like, why are you both in this situation in the first place? So my worry is Daniela is still in the house. So does it bother you? Are you worried? Like, okay, oh, now I'm out, something might just kick off with somebody else, are you worried about that?
Well, people are so expectant, of certain situations to go a certain way. And for me, I always use Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. So why bother about it? I'm actually not worried, for Beauty and Groovy's case. It says, okay, you said you shouldn't kill yourself over love. He never made it clear. They never really talked about anything. There was so much miscommunication, and that's what caused what happened. But I mean, I have actually communicated properly, extensively. I mean, if anyone actually cared to listen to it, so I'm actually not worried. Even if something happens, I do understand, but I'm not worried.
That's so sweet. You see, I like you, Khalid. I have to be honest, I do. Because for me, there's nothing as beautiful as defining whatever situation you're in. And there's nothing that can drive a woman crazy than just not knowing where you stand with a guy that you care about. So I do respect that. Now, ILEBAYE, let me get right back to you on this conversation. So I was watching the eviction show, the show that you got evicted in. And, there's Ebuka hosting, and then there's another lady that hosts the show as well. And then fans were just chipping in, okay, so who do you think is going to get evicted tonight? And some said, oh, I think ILEBAYE is going to go home today because, I've seen her on the show. And she just seems to have squabbles with people in a very annoying way. Let me forgive me for using that particular word. I'm just trying to reiterate what was said. And a lot of the reactions that have come out as well. So with regards to the squabbles in the house, there was a very prominent one where you were yelling and you were very upset. Would you say there was, in terms of understanding your personality, you didn't really get people to do that, or people did not really get your type of personality, which is why the squabbles were the way they were?
Yeah, I think they misunderstood my personality and myself because I'm a very blunt person. I just I'm the youngest. I was the youngest in the house, so I don't like people oppressing me. If you do something that hurts me, I'm just going to speak. I won't hold it. I will just say it directly. So I feel like anybody, if you do something to me in the house, I will just tell you straightforward, oh, I don't like this. And in the house, if I want to speak, they'll feel like, oh, Pepe Body, you just want to argue for no reason. But obviously, I can't just argue. I'm not a fool. I can't just argue for no reason. I have to say a reason. You can't just be there and I'll just come and hurt you or say words to you. You have to annoy me or say stuff that I don't like. So I feel like they mistook my bluntness and stubbornness for being pepper body or troublesome. So it's just a misunderstanding.
Get that? I totally do. Okay, ILEBAYE and Khalid, I'm gonna let you guys go now, but not before asking who you think might be leaving the Big Brother house next. With you, ILEBAYE, just off the top of your head. I was going to ask you who you think is going to win, but I think it's a little too early to start to even begin to think that. Or maybe I could just throw that at you, but beginning first with who you think, just one name that might be leaving the house next.
Maybe Daniela.
Okay. Khalid, who do you think might be leaving the house next?
Yeah.
Farm Savvy.
Okay. Now, ILEBAYE, who do you think has a high chance of winning the 100 million?
I really don't know because this Big Brother is really shocking. You never can tell. It's not predictable. But I have people that I care about that I would want to win. So any of them, let the best memory, Fina, Chomzi, Dotsun, Doi, Groovy, Brian, Amaka. So let the best man win. If any of them win, the ones I mentioned, I'll be so happy for them and I'll congratulate them. So I don't have a specific person.
I agree with you. It's a very complicated.
I just mentioned.
Yeah, it's a very complicated house this year. But Khalid, do you want to try at it? Do you want to just wing it, maybe, or do you also think it's too complicated to say?
I think I've been winging it since since the first question. It just gets harder, You just get to see different sides of people because as the days go on, you tend to realize that okay, this person actually has this to offer. I think at one point in time, Diana, she shocked me because I never thought she was someone who spoke at all. I thought she was a mute. Only for her to present and the French accent, her confidence, So people will shock you. You can't actually say.
All right, I guess it's just safe to say to keep watching, yeah? Well, KHALID, ILEBAYE, thank you so much for joining me on Arise 360 today, and good luck to both of you. I know that it's only going to get better from this point on. All right, that's it on our chat today with the evicted housemates of Big Brother Naija Season 7. Come this weekend, 2 more will be evicted from the house, and we will have subsequent conversations with them.